Over the last lectures, you learned a lot about the basics of service workers, what they basically are, how you activate and install them. Now let's go back to that web app manifest and the web install banners. Chrome, for example, automatically shows us after some criteria is met. So we learned about this in the last course module. We added the manifest.json file, and that allows us to add the application to the home screen with our own icon and so on. Now, since we added service workers, we also fulfill the other criteria here. We have a web app manifest file with these properties, and now we also have a service worker. We're serving it over HTTPS or localhost, that's also okay, as I explained. Now the only thing we have to do is this: visit the page at least twice with at least 5 minutes between visits. This is how it would work if we were to deploy the application. If a user would come back after at least 5 minutes, Chrome would show him this "Do you want to add this app to the home screen" banner. And that's of course nice. Now we can also test this and simulate this. In theory, it should also work here in the browser developer tools. However, it never did for me. You should also be able to test it with an emulated device. So your application running on an Android emulator, for example. This also didn't work for me, but I'll still show you how you connect your Chrome developer tools here with a remote device, be that a real Android device or an emulated one. It has to be an Android device though. You can't test it on iOS like this. Later in the course though, I'll also show you how we can easily deploy the app on a host for free, which then allows us to access it from any device since it's just living in the internet then. So for now, let me show you how you can debug this on Android devices and Chrome on Android devices easily. If you're using an emulator, follow the steps outlined in the article after this lecture, where I do explain how to update the Chrome version on that emulator and how to configure it to be able to access the Chrome developer tools here. If you're using a real device, I'll also show you how this works in this article, or how to prepare it. You basically have to enable USB debugging and the developer mode. That's super simple. And if you already have the developer mode enabled, we'll do this together. We'll connect the Chrome developer tools to our real device in the lecture after this article I just mentioned.